Michio Kaku has spent his life chasing the limits of science, but nothing prepared him for this. On September 17, 2025, Kaku witnessed something through NASA and Hubble data that left him speechless and in tears. An object identified as a comet had just fired a narrow beam of light directly toward the sun, a beam that defied all known physics. And now it's moving through the solar system with terrifying precision. Is it a weapon? A probe? A signal? Kaku's warning is clear. If this object turns that beam toward Earth, it will change history forever. In early July 2025, when the object known as 3I Atlas was spotted entering the inner solar system at roughly 60 km/s, scientists were already on edge. According to data from NASA and the Hubble Space Telescope, its hyperbolic trajectory marked it as the third interstellar visitor ever confirmed, following 1I Oumuamua and 2I Borisov. When physicist Michio Kaku examined the raw data in August 2025, he reportedly broke down. The brightness, the speed, the path, all defied natural expectations. He warned publicly, if this object is artificial, then we are no longer alone and no longer safe. Unlike typical comets, which drift, melt, and fade, the 3I Atlas displayed no conventional tail, exhibited erratic light curves, and did not conform to standard nucleus outgassing models. Every standard reference, size, chemical signature, trajectory failed to match. The gravity of the moment sank in. Here was an object not simply passing by, but possibly observing. Kaku's emotional reaction underscored the shift from curiosity to caution. Humanity was not just looking up anymore. It was being looked at. With the label most dangerous object attached, the focus shifted from discovery to defiance. Because this object didn't just arrive, it broke rules. Comets typically obey the sun. Their tails always point away from it. Solar radiation drives sublimation, and brightness changes gradually over days or weeks. But 3I Atlas ignored these norms. Orbiting on a hyperbolic escape path, it moved faster, brighter, and with sharper fluctuations than any conventional comet ever recorded. NASA observations from multiple telescopes revealed a startling fact. 3I Atlas emitted a beam or jet directed toward the sun instead of the usual anti-solar tail. This directly contradicts radiation pressure physics, where solar wind pushes particles outward, not inward. Kaku described this as the object rewriting the rules of the cosmos. Brightness fluctuations occurred over hours, not days, a light curve scientists compared to a crashing stock market graph. The pattern simply didn't match any natural model of gradual gas and dust release. Instead, the object seemed to behave like a sensor or engine, rather than an icy body reacting passively. Kaku's conclusion was blunt. Either this is the most advanced natural object we've ever seen, or it's not natural at all. In the quiet hum of observatories around the globe, the tone changed. This wasn't science fiction anymore. It was science fact, and it unsettled everyone. After witnessing physics flipped on its head, scientists dove deeper into the object's appearance. If the motion and the beam are anomalous, then what about its surface and chemical composition? In late August and early September 2025, telescopes recorded 3I Atlas, undergoing dramatic color changes from red to green in mere days. Typical comets evolve slowly, their hues shifting over weeks as materials heat and dust reflects differently. But this object changed colors far outside those parameters. Live spectrographs detected excitation of unexpected compounds under minimal solar heating, far too cold and distant for rapid chemical transitions. The effect was more akin to adaptive camouflage than natural ice sublimation. Some researchers speculated about surface coatings or engineered reflectivity, rather than frost and rock. Kaku likened the phenomenon to a cosmic mood ring. The color change signaled something responsive rather than reactive. It wasn't just reacting to the sun's warmth, it seemed to respond. If that is true, the implications reach far beyond astronomy into the realm of intelligence and purpose. In observing red shifting to green in a matter of days, on a body moving at tens of kilometers per second across the solar system, scientists found themselves asking, is this design? Is this intentional? The color itself became a clue, a signal in the dark. Spectroscopic readings from the James Webb Space Telescope on September 12, 2025, revealed a chemical profile that defied all commentary models. 3I Atlas was composed of roughly 87% carbon dioxide, 9% carbon monoxide, and only 4% water, a completely inverted ratio compared to known long-period comets, which typically contain over 70% water ice. That ratio alone was shocking. But what truly stunned researchers was the discovery of nickel in large quantities without its typical partner, iron. In stellar formation, nickel and iron are synthesized together in supernovae, found together in meteorites, and rarely, if ever, appear in isolation. Kaku described it as like finding oxygen without hydrogen. Even more bizarre, early spectra suggested the presence of nickel tetracarbonyl, a complex molecule that forms only under specific conditions involving carbon monoxide and metallic nickel at temperatures above 50 degrees C, conditions never observed naturally in comets. This compound is toxic, volatile, and used in metallurgy, not in planetary form. Kaku put it simply, it's like finding a fish made of concrete and feathers. These materials hinted at deliberate construction or exotic chemistry formed in environments that do not exist within our solar system. The data forced scientists to consider, was 3I Atlas built either partially or entirely through artificial means? If this object wasn't formed by nature, then how does it move? Standard interstellar objects enter our solar system on chaotic angled paths. But 3I Atlas arrived traveling almost perfectly within the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where all planets orbit. Its inclination was under 1.5 degree, rare for anything not born here. The odds of this alignment by chance were astronomically small. Kaku compared it to threading a needle from 1,000,000 miles away. The object's approach set it up for a close pass to Mars on October 3, 2025, while avoiding Earth by 1.8 astronomical units, a safe but strangely calculated margin. This trajectory resembled something planned, not randomly gravitational. Even more suspicious, at perihelion, its closest approach to the Sun, 3I Atlas positioned itself directly behind the Sun from Earth's point of view. That timing blocked Earth-based telescopes from observing the object during its most critical energetic phase. In spacecraft operations, this tactic is called solar occultation, often used to hide or shield activity. Kaku stated, "This object is navigating the solar system the way our probes do." That observation wasn't metaphorical, it was mathematical. A rock doesn't hide behind the Sun. Their probe might. In mid-September 2025, Hubble, JWST, and the Gemini Observatory captured a structure extending hundreds of thousands of kilometers from 3I Atlas, but in the wrong direction. Instead of trailing away from the Sun, this emission pointed toward it, a phenomenon never observed in 4 billion years of solar system astronomy. In all known physics, comet tails form from gas and dust pushed away by solar radiation pressure. But this beam wasn't a tail. It was narrow, stable, and emitted in a controlled linear shape. It held its form for over 72 continuous hours, resisting solar wind and gravitational distortion. Multiple observatories confirmed the light wasn't a reflection or dust jet. Spectral analysis suggested coherent light, possibly in a narrow band around 1.5 microns, used in Earth's laser communication and range-finding technologies. This wasn't a scattered signal. It was focused like a lighthouse beam aimed with intention. Kaku's response, caught on live broadcast, was raw. If that beam ever turns toward Earth, it won't be symbolic. It'll be historic. Whether it's propulsion, data transmission, or something entirely unknown, the beam confirms this object isn't just strange, it's active. And it may be aware.